And we're live. Hello and welcome to the third and last actual play from us here at VirtuallyCon. Now, unfortunately, we've had a very last minute substitution. Podcaster and games designer Matt Kay, who was right here with us, couldn't hear us or see us. So the dastardly technical problems sadly got in our way. So very, very quickly, we got our crew member Tina to join in and play in his stead. And Matt is going to feed her the occasional instructions on a back channel. And I'm sure that won't be any problem whatsoever. So you've all got ready-made characters, Hypertellurian characters, and you've read them and understood them, or as much as you can possibly understand any character in Hypertellurians. In a moment, I'm going to set the scene for where you all are. You don't know each other at the beginning of this scene, right? You're going to come together all at once, and you can react to seeing one another immediately. Yes, in theory, we have safety tools as per any games. We use the X card. So if there's anything particularly weird going on, something for whatever reason that you feel might trigger you, or that you simply don't want to see in a game, just say X, make a noise or whatever, and then we're just going to rewrite that. It's unlikely to happen unless it's the player doing it, honestly, to me, and I go like, no, too much. Should be fine. Anyway, it's pretty wild. So without further ado, I'm going to ask our guests and their characters to briefly introduce themselves. Why don't we start with Mattias?
Oh, thank you. Hi, Mattias Johnsson Haake is my name. I'm a games manager and producer and writer and editor at Free League Publishing, primarily working on Symbaroum and Coriolis, but also some other stuff that's in the making. I'm going to play son of Anvil and Manville, a young, extremely beautiful offspring of two barbarian gods, who is, he's not exactly fond of the fact that his parents have such high hopes and put so much pressure on him to be perfect. But in the end, being who he is, he cannot help but be imperfect. So honestly, it's going to be a little bit of a mental struggle for me to wrap my head around this character while we're running it. So he will often return to how hard his life is, just because he cannot escape being his parents' son.
I mean, you don't even have your own name, right? You're simply known as son of Anvil and Manville.
Actually, at one point there was these guys that I traveled with for some while, and they made the abbreviation SAM, SAM. I hit them pretty hard. I mean, that's just disrespectful. I am the son of Anvil and Manville.
Yeah,
that's my burden and my not pride, perhaps, but my burden. That's my burden.
There you go. But you're stupidly strong, so you can bear that without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
So next up, we have Tina playing as Matt, playing as Madame Magnolia, a fortune teller's carnival booth who's become sentient through sheer will. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about yourself and your character.
I'm Tina. I'm playtester and crew member of Hypertellurians. And I'm playing Madame Magnolia so far. I like this idea of being like having this back channel chat. If I do something stupid, I just say, like, Matt told me to do it, and nobody's the wiser. Like you said, Madame Magnolia is a sentient fortune teller booth on wheels, but she is 100% sentient and alive. You should never doubt that. That is very important.
Just real quick, it would be awesome if you can engineer some scenes where you doubted this at some point for reasons that will then become obvious. Please continue, Tina.
No, it's completely sentient and alive. Never doubt it.
Yeah.
And I am obviously the heroine this Cosm needs.
Because everyone needs a heroine that is
A fortune teller,
an
yes.
inanimate booth. Yes.
Oh, and I don't speak, but I can print very fast on some little papers and like tell all of you what to do. It's gonna be good.
All right.
But you already know what we will do, right?
Yeah, well, I'm just informing you what you will do so that you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All
By
right.
the way, you're gonna jump into the fire next. Oh, okay, fine.
Funny you
I'll
should
have to.
mention that. Karen.
I'm Devon Deering, so I'm kind of the Barbarella of the scene. It's all about me. I'm the focus of the attention. I joined a nunnery, but obviously I'm far too glamorous and found it hard to play down my clothing. I have also a phys rep, ta-da! A ray emitter gun to fight off our enemies.
Right. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. You all have an individual nemesis. It's marked under your equipment because they come with baggage. Yeah, and well, I think we'll simply get to them as necessary. So here we are. You, strangers all, received a mysterious invitation for a banquet by your respective nemesi, and for your own reasons, you all accepted. I would very much ask you as players to say yes to that. Otherwise, it's going to be over real quick. Yeah,
It was told. It was told that I would be here. So
exactly. It was
I
all
told
going
it.
to happen.
Yeah, yes.
So when the time of the banquet comes, you are teleported and you all arrive within the same heartbeat into this room, which our viewers can see on the stream right in front of them or top down at any rate. And hopefully you've all had a chance to look at in our back channel. It is an oak paneled, old fashioned hunting lodge. It's got the coziness of a hunting lodge, together with large stuffed animal heads on the wall. It's intensely quiet, but there is a salty acidic tang in the air, and the whole place is lit by candles and ensconced lamps. Now, a few obvious things immediately jump out at you, other than the fact that you all just arrived here, teleported in, which is, by the way, wondrous. Now, for the viewers at home, wonder is a currency that's shared by the party. You gain it by experiencing cool stuff, and you spend it on doing cool stuff. And every 10 that you spend, your characters advance. Everyone advances at once. So do not be shy about spending it on wondrous actions. So I'm going to give you 4 wonder for this scene, but because you are in the presence of Devon Deering, who has a power called Wonders Never Cease, that actually translates into 5. You always get 1 more just by being there. Only one of you needs to note that down if you want to delegate one person to be the...
I can do it. I have the pen.
Oh.
Okay. Karen, not Devon, is the... So you have 5. There you go, to begin with. Right now. There we are. There are 3 of you who have just appeared in this banquet room. There is 1 other person already here. It looks to be a automaton maid of some kind in a Victorian gown or voluminous gowns and stuff, very all the way up to the top. Hair tied back very neatly in a bun, but there's grooves in her face revealing her robotic nature. That and her eyes glow red. She's humming a tune, and sort of the eyes flash with that as she's putting plates and cutlery and so forth on the big round table in front of you. Before I describe the table in any more detail, the 4 chairs, the 4 high back chairs that surround the table, One of them is occupied by a metal skeleton draped in what might have once been a white priestess's outfit, but it's completely caked in blood, like completely caked in blood. So it's not the only odd thing here, but I'm just starting with that. So of course you've got the big round table. It's got a feast being laid out right now. It's got there's a huge unlit fireplace to your side, where you can see small little paintings that you sort of recognize your various nemesis in them, just from the corner of your eye, and more. But you'd have to look a little closer on a massive lintel over it. There's a very tall harpsichord in the corner, a very really tall thing, and in front of it is a statue. It looks to be a bronze statue, and from behind, you all think it's a statue of your nemesis. There's also a reading nook here, which got a really lovely looking cushioned seat and cupboards with books and scrolls. And above it all hangs a massive crystal chandelier in a form of a planetary orrery. So it even moves a little, so these crystal things move. And one odd thing is that at the center of that is one so multifaceted planet representing globe, glass sphere of sorts that hangs directly above the table, and actually in the middle of the table is a round depression where this sphere would fit quite nicely in. And finally, where you would expect doors and windows to be are just the frames of those, and the rest is just oak paneled all the way. So there's no obvious exit from this room. And then before I let you loose on yourselves on how you might react to all of this, the maid is humming sort of a tune as she's putting down the singer, so kind of a automatic tune. There hasn't got an awful lot of up and down in it, but there's like a purplish gas leaking out of one of her ears, just a little, and she's very clearly leaking oil. And there we have it. The three of you, complete strangers, have just materialized here. How do you react?
I quickly look around and then look around again, and maybe a third time just to make sure, are my parents here? Maybe hiding in some corner, or no?
I mean, they are known for testing you in weird ways, and testing each other always in crazy displays of power and brawn and might. But no, you do not spot them. And if they were here, you would know, because you are the son of Anvil and Manville. And
Yeah, I am.
you don't
I am.
fire.
I actually am. Then I start to relax a little bit.
Mhm.
Maybe a
Yeah.
curl of a smile in
Indeed. Sorry, I'm grinning because Tina has just received a note in the back channel. So how does Madame Magnolia react to this situation?
Yes, exactly as I thought. I knew I would be here with all of you.
Yeah, so this little piece of yellowed paper strip comes out,
Yeah.
which one of you has to pick up and read, and that's what it says on it. Yeah.
Ah,
For the purpose of the rest of the game, we'll assume that one of you picks this up and reads this out, as Tina says it. Yes.
I look around the room and I get very excited by the harpsichord. So I go straight over to the harpsichord, pushing out the figure that's already playing there to show everyone my awesome playing on the harpsichord to raise the atmosphere of the room.
Okay, well, Devon Deering is an ultranaut. She's clearly used to traveling through the ultracosm. I'll come in again. Yes, just bums away this statue of, in fact, your nemesis, and that's when you all realize your nemesis is the same, the one and the same person. You don't know each other, but you are linked through your nemesis. It is a mummy, all desiccated straps and whatnots, but wearing this old-fashioned but still kind of snazzy suit and a fez on top of it, and that's exactly what the statue looks like, except bronze. Or maybe not quite, because as the statue hits the floor and sort of skitters along the wooden floor a little bit, it leaves a scraping of what looks to be wax behind.
All right.
But
Is
you
it,
play a
is it
tune.
moving?
It is not, well, no more than you expect a statue that has been bumped off its chair.
Okay.
How about those pictures on the mantelpiece?
Indeed.
Or
Yes,
are they? Is one picture or is it several of them?
it's several pictures. There's one
Of
picture
him?
of a what looks to be a mature woman in a priestess dress with I'm going to call them Hotep, your nemesis, because you all know part of the name.
Mhm.
But
So
yes,
I'm printing out a little note that just says "ho" with like 10 exclamation marks.
Hotep.
and maybe im as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Im or let's just
Imhotep.
Imhotep.
let's just go there right away. Yeah. So that, as I say, there's several paintings. One of them includes this priestess who in the picture you recognize the dress because it's on this metal skeleton in front of you, draped across the chair.
Mm.
Just a skeleton and remnants of the dress and bloodied. But the priestess is shaking hands with Imhotep in the painting, and they stand facing each other and look at you. Then there's a picture of a painting that Imhotep has done, and a picture of you with a painting that you have done next to one another when you were both at a painting competition. That ended up in a draw between the two of you, which was clearly some form of cheat. This was rigged. No
Yeah,
way
yeah.
you would lose to your nemesis. And yes, in fact, you're all represented here in some sort of encounter with your nemesis that has
But
been
are the
immortalized
paintings
in
the
paint.
paintings skillfully crafted? I lean forward and look at the brush strokes. Are
Yeah.
they good?
So they are good, but to glean a little bit more information, I'm going to ask for the first roll of the night. If you wouldn't mind making me a mind check. So you roll a d20 and add your mind modifier or penalty as necessary, and you tell me the number. So it's either against a target number that I set or against someone else's score. In this case, it's actually a target number. I'm going to tell you it's a 9, so it's fairly low.
Okay, was it mind score?
Mm-hmm.
But I have a negative modification.
Yeah, so you roll d20 plus minus your mind
I
modifier.
roll an 8, so 7.
Okay, and I was looking for a 9. So, yeah, you do not recognize the brush, the stroke work, the painting work, but it's okay. It's decent. It's clearly not an Anvil and Manville or son of Anvil and Manville original.
No. But I don't feel that I need to destroy it because it's
Don't know.
too good. No,
Oh,
I
no,
think
no.
if it's not very good, I think
I don't think you feel threatened by it.
no.
I think I'll have a closer look at the maid, the robotic maid.
Yes.
She is clearly not alive and sentient like I am. So
I mean, she might be sentient, but alive. But just before we get to that, Devon has been plinking on the harpsichord. I just want to ask: are you playing a song well, or are you playing a song poorly?
I'm playing chopsticks very well.
Very well. She said that quite convincingly. Are you folks convinced? Shall I make a roll?
I don't think I care about what she's doing.
No, but you might care about
do
the
you mean
result.
there are other people besides me in this room?
Well, there's only one other person. I'm not sure what's happening with you.
Let's have an agility roll just to see how well you're doing.
Okay.
Outcomes.
if you're playing too well, the fortichord may be like crashed by the son of Anvil and Manvil. No.
So
Okay.
my agility is 11. So
D20 plus 1.
D20.
Unless you want to spend your wonder points already. On this.
No, that feels slightly unfair for my ego.
Because you could become an expert in harpsichord playing.
I got 13. So plus 1, that's 14.
Okay, so that's good. That's good. In fact, you play a tune and it's nice. I mean, Son of Anvil and Manville doesn't notice so much, but Devon, you notice that a hidden compartment in a harpsichord in front of you springs open. Ponk. with a pong noise. That's a real noise, pong, right? And it reveals behind it, and I'm going to roll this. There's you recognize, because you've encountered this before. It's Imhotep's bandaged left hand, thrice removed. It wears 4 bejeweled rings on it that you can totally shoot out like an attack. You don't remember exactly what the beams do, but half the fun is finding out. Yeah, so you've got this desiccated hand, Imhotep's left hand thrice removed. Okay. Meanwhile, Madame Magnolia has scooted over to the maid, and actually, as you get a little closer, no, first of all, you stop
Sorry.
making noise because you land in all of the oil, and it oil spears.
Nice.
That's the good news. The bad news is there's so much oil now that you have real trouble actually moving further. It's just spilling oil everywhere. And actually, you maybe you're getting a little bit worried because a lot of the floor in here is now covered by oil.
Well, I don't need to breathe, so I'm not that concerned, I guess.
I
I meant to do that.
Yes, Peter Pepper comes out saying
I went in there to oil up the squeaky wheels.
And nothing else.
That was the plan all along.
Now, son of Anvil and Manville, Madame Magnolia, is there something else you wanted to check about the maid? Yes, she still has purple gas coming out of her left ear.
The oil is coming out of.
You're not sure. It leaks from underneath her somewhere.
It leaks from underneath her. Okay.
Yeah, so you have these big skirts of a Victorian maid, and it's from somewhere underneath there.
Well, I can raise the skirt, right?
I mean, you're a mannequin in a booth, but I have the power.
Yeah, I have a part of the whole. I can detach my mannequin hand.
Yes,
and send it on a mission. Sorry.
On a mission underneath the skirts of the automaton maid. That seems a perfect use of
Yes, power. And I'm made as a womanly figure, so that is fine. I'm allowed to do that. Yes.
That's how it works. Okay.
Yeah, that's totally how it works.
You've heard it here first, folks. Okay, but yes, your hand scutters off out of your booth and along the floor, splashing in the oil a little bit, raising up, I guess, with 2 fingers the skirts and sort of peeking in a weird Addams Family detached hand, and then disappears inside. Now, I believe, I can't remember. Do you get a sense? Can you see through your hand or something like that?
Yes, if I close my eyes and concentrate.
Okay, it's a slight clanking noise as the mannequin's eyelids fall down.
Can I make a comment of, oh no, has the machine powered down?
Yes, that was one. Once. Nice.
What? Was that in regards to me?
Yeah, because your eyelids fell down. Yeah.
I thought your power had turned off.
Now, your hand, you can see that underneath the skirts there's nothing. Well, not quite nothing. Where the hips of a person would be, there is just this metal ball that's got like a wom 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 hovering sound coming from it.
Yeah. So after having inspected the pictures, and also turned my head at the bloink sound, but then decided I have better things to do than whatever someone else might be doing. So I walk over to the door frame, the doorless door frame, and I tap gently on the wall.
Yeah, just you absolutely. But one other thing that you notice, so there's the wom 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 sound, which kind of which potentially interacts with another sound that you've been hearing. There's been the sounds of tiny excited heartbeats coming from the fireplace or the chimney inside the fireplace as well. Now I don't know if that's a thing that Son of Anvil cares about, but
No,
you know,
not at the moment. One thing at a time. So I knock at does it sound solid?
So it sounds like there's a solid amount of oak paneling, but behind
Oh.
it appears to be oak.
Yeah.
I know
And
it's an
behind
unusual
it,
choice, but unusual behind it does sound hollow. Yeah, you do. There's definitely the way the sound disperses behind it does sound hollow. Yeah.
okay, I blow a little bit on my knuckles. And I create a door where there was no door.
Now, just for a laugh and just to see how well exactly you're doing, I will ask for a brawn check. It's purely bureaucratic. So that's D20 plus your brawn modifier.
Okay, so I roll a 20. If you
Ooh.
don't believe me,
Oh.
No, of course.
yeah, 27, please.
Oh.
So I'm going to give you some options here.
Okay.
You can make a hole of any shape that you want. You could also just blow the whole of that wall down if you want, or all four walls. So this is completely up to you.
No, we need to make this stylish, right? So I place the fist in the right place just to knock out the exact inner side of the frame, right?
Yep.
So we have
Perfect.
and
so,
it falls in one solid piece.
Of course, not even any splinters. Yeah. This is just So you two, you would have noticed this. I mean, Madame Magnolia, you knew that was going to happen, of course.
Has the big man already made the door?
Has the big man already made the door? Yeah.
Sorry, you dropped off for a second there, Tina.
Sorry, yeah, I was saying, has the big man already made the door? No.
Yes, he has. I think your mic has changed.
Yeah, there's something.
Yeah, just check your inputs. But it's fine. Yes, there is a door. There is a door. Now, and this hasn't happened yet this weekend, I get to reveal the second graphic. I will have to send it to you. I will first reveal it here. There we are, and hide the first one so it doesn't look. There we go. And I will send that over the back channel. This is very exciting. I'm glad I didn't do this for nothing.
Okay.
So there we have it. Oh, I need to send that to live. Sorry, viewers at home. You should now be able to see it. Yes. So behind the door, or the thing that wasn't a door but is a door now, you see that there is this whole room that you're in is inside a rather large glass sphere. And beyond the glass sphere, the glass sphere itself seems to be bobbing in a tumultuous green jelly-like sea teeming with sea fairies, with very small sea fairies. And there's the odd, and you're bobbing in, and there's the odd hot spurt, like lava exploding, but it's this green jelly-like thing. Not you, Son of Anvil and Manvil, but you can imagine that someone else looking at this might get a feeling of helplessness, of being an insignificant thing in a vast, uncaring ocean. Yes.
Okay.
I apologize. This map apparently isn't visible on to our streamers. No. Let's try this again. And
can we hear Tina? I can hear her, but that's because we're in the same room.
no, Tina's.
No, they still can't hear you.
You freeze up from time to time.
Yeah. Is it worth getting Tina to join me on the corner? Would that be a bit easier?
Not particularly.
No. Oh.
It wouldn't be a live stream if it weren't for all of these.
Very sorry about that. I don't know. I didn't check it.
That's okay. This gives me a chance to to fix the map.
Okay, we've got subbing some new headsets, so I'll see how this goes. Thank you.
Yes, and in the meantime, hopefully, there we are.
Yay!
There we are. The stream can see.
Oh, we've
Can
got the
see the
same
map.
image. Is that what you were going for?
Yes, but the people in the stream couldn't see it, so I'm reliably informed. Yes.
Better now.
Can you hear Tina now?
Nope.
No, sorry, they still can't hear you.
Seems to be something wrong with the feed because it's freezing and.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Okay, Tina's going to try and join again.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Meanwhile,
it's fine in a second. Meanwhile, yes, you have revealed the second layer to this, and two things you notice behind that, except that you're floating in this green jelly-like sea with hot spurts and stuff going around, and it's quite bobbing. And now you think, how did I not notice that before? But hey, there is a goblin of sorts. It's a small wrinkled creature who's nevertheless he's wearing quite nice clothing. It's got a big ruffled edge on it, and he's narrating what's happening, i.e., what you're doing, into a conch of sorts. It's got like a big conch, like it's quite an impressive little thing. He's narrating that in there and looks quite scared as you, and is backing off against the wall, this glass sphere wall, which you can see that it's got rigging along it, like a ship's rigging, which is, you can't see it from this angle, but it leads up somewhere. And next to this narrator goblin, I'm going to call it, is it looks to be a bunch of flotsam and jetsam, kind of formed together in a seal-like form, like the sea animal seal. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yay!
Madame Magnolia is back. Yeah.
I was having a malfunction,
Yes.
but I'm not showing it.
I'm going to count this as the second time the booth was disbelieved to be sentient for real. Just so you know.
So, on which side of the room are we?
So the
Where
door
did
is
I
right
open
at the
the door?
top. Yeah, right at the top. There's like a double
okay.
door. It's just
So, and I can go out?
Of course, yeah.
But we are surrounded by some form of liquid.
Yeah, so
Inside the
stepping
bubble.
out,
Okay.
you're in this liquid sea, greenish liquid sea, and you can see there's little fairies floating around in it. Every once in a while, they just get smashed across the glass sphere by the current. And there's too much happening beyond that to really see what's going on. There's definitely some reddish, pinkish stuff above it somewhere. Like you're enclosed somehow in this liquid thing. It's not out in the open. But yes, and now you can see, now that you're outside, you can see that this rigging goes all the way up to the top of the glass sphere, and the banquet room you're in is in fact just a stage set.
Can I use one of the fingers to shoot at the edge of the globe that we're in?
Well, you haven't stepped out yet.
Okay.
In a moment, for sure.
But I'm still standing in the doorway.
Son of
I can't see through the fast shoulders.
And just a last bit of information that there is the rigging kind of leads up to some sort of trapdoor or valve at the top of the glass sphere, and there's plenty of rope and rigging and stuff, other sailing gear lying around. I should say this is worth 3 points of wonder.
Ooh, so we're up to
make
8
that
now.
4 because.
Yeah. Oh yes, so 9.
The narrator also, I should say, says, this isn't supposed to happen. Security. And he calls it something else, actually. Jackal of the Seas, pointing at this flotsam and jetsam seal golem. Attack! And the golem does nothing.
So, son of Anvil and Manville, judges this party to be pretty dull. How about you? For the first time, I spin around looking at least the other person in the room. And that
I am a person and alive and
Wait,
sentient.
I hope you didn't just
No, no.
disbelieve that Madame Magnolia is a real person, because that would be strike 3.
no,
Security. Yeah. Mhm.
So
I
yeah,
don't know. I don't know. I think I'm talking to. I'm not speaking at people or persons. I'm just stating things in general, such as me thinking this is a very dull party.
I am printing out a little slip. Yes, you're right. It is a dull party, and security will not help them. It is ordained.
Yeah.
And we are here and victorious.
That said, after a significant delay now from the order having been given, the seal does in fact yarp into action, and it unleashes something bearing only the vaguest resemblance to a sound. Just imagine if you had a throat that was constructed out of flotsam and jetsam. On the other hand, it is so wrong, that sound, so very wrong, and it just, oh my god. I'm going to have to ask everyone who can hear it to give me a mind check, because it hurts. It hurts very much. So mind check, again, it's just your d20 plus your mind modifier, and the target number here is a 13.
Okay, so I got a 3.
Okay, excellent. That's what
I
I like
had
to hear.
a score of 12, so is that +1?
+2.
+2, okay.
It should hopefully stay on your character sheet. If not, mine may.
Well, the one affinity 1 is ring. Oh, +2, okay. I got 12 +2, so 14.
I got 6.
Okay. So, first of all, I'm going to roll this. So, if you made your save, you take 3 points of mind damage. If you have an affinity in mind, you can subtract that first. If not, just write down 3 in the damage bit next to your mind ability. And if that number, the damage, ever equals or exceeds your score, we'll roll for trauma. And I really hope this is going to happen at some point. It hasn't happened before.
So, yeah.
I got lost in a bit in the maths there, sorry. So
No, so you made your save. You're the only one who made the save, right? And you have a point of affinity, did you say, in mind?
Yes.
Then it's 3 minus 1, 2 points of damage. Everyone else who failed to save, on the other hand, takes 6 points of damage, minus any affinity they might have in that. This bypasses any arm or anything like that. This goes straight into your earlobes and your brain, and it's the sheer wrongness of it. Just,
I was prepared for that pain. I was expecting it.
Toughness or something similar, hit points, where do I find it?
No, it's all about the brawn, agility, and mind can take damage separately.
Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah, and each one, and you may have an affinity in either one of them. Well, you'll have an affinity in one of them to begin with. Yeah, a starting character. Yeah. So, but you're probably fine. Like, no one's got a mind as low as 6, right?
No,
not even Son of Anvil and Manville. Yeah.
Not even me. But will this affect my future rolls for mind? No.
Only once it hits trauma. Is there any mechanical sort of thing? Right now, you're just feeling it going, or however Anvil and Manville, son thereof, reacts to it. Now, I'd like to get into a tactical round situation, and it's very simple. You can either choose to act fast, i.e. take a fast turn, in which case you get 1 action, and this could be movement, spell, attack, whatever, or you could take a regular turn, which would gives you 2 action, which could be 2 moves, 2 attacks, 2 spells, any combination thereof, anything like that. The difference is, if you act fast, you're guaranteed to go before the opponent. If you take a regular turn, you might not, i.e. you will go after any opponents that will act fast, but only before any that take a regular turn. So anyone want to act fast in reaction to this seal having just yarped on?
Yeah, I wanted to.
Devon does. Son of Anvil and Manville does. What about Madame Magnolia?
I will wait. I mean, I know what's going to happen anyway. So.
Okay, Madame Magnolia is waiting. So between the two of you, you can decide who wants to go first. I'll just say this, because one action you can generally just move or attack or something like that. You might want to look at your wondrous actions, which will give you additional options like charge or sprint or cold shot and things like that.
So I was just reading up on the wondrous actions, and I realized you were just talking about them. So now I don't know exactly what to do here. I want to spend wonder points or whatever you call it to charge the seal.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The seal is a short distance away, so normally acting fast, you would only use your action to get there, but using the charge action, which costs 2 points of wonder?
Yeah.
And that's 2 points of wonder that count towards your advancement. Once you get to 10, you advance, at least in theory. And we probably won't stop for advancement in this little demo game. But yes, you charge.
But this should be a group decision, right?
Yes, sorry, it is a group decision, and everyone's happy with that.
Yes.
Okay.
And because it aids everyone in advancing, people very rarely disagree with spend. in my experience.
Who would argue with the son of Anvil and Manville, right?
Oh.
That too. So yes, so you charge ahead. You run over to this Flotsam and Jetsam seal golem, and then do you want to make some form of attack? What kind of attack do you do?
Yeah, I want to do an attack. I want to do a double clenched fisted thump. When I think maybe I also I jumped the last 5 or 6 or maybe 10 meters because hey, I'm me. So I run and I jump and I come down on his. Does it have a head? Yeah.
Yeah,
kind of.
it's something resembling a head for sure. I'm just worried about the floor, really. But hey, we'll get to that. Okay, so give me a brawn attack. So you're rolling brawn against D20 plus your brawn modifier against its defense.
I rolled an 8, so that's 15.
Yes, no problem at all. You absolutely whack it. So just let me know how much damage you whack it for. I believe you have your weapon, your body is your weapon.
Yeah. So that's 1d6 plus 4. And plus 1d4 for the charge.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes, that's a silly amount of damage in this game. Just
it is? Okay.
So you know.
I haven't rolled it yet, so I do that now?
It's plus 8, so yes.
Plus 8?
No, not plus 8. Plus 4, 2d. Yeah, sorry.
Please tell me what to do. Roll 1d6 and 1d4. Right?
It's plus d4. In my mind, I said it's plus 4. No. So you roll your dice.
I roll 8, a 6 and a 2, and then it's plus 4, so 12 damage.
Right. So now the Flotsam and Jetsam seal golem has some armor, 2 points of armor, so that takes that 12 down to 10. And then you still beat its hit points by 1. So it's down. It's like it explodes in Flotsam and Jetsam.
Of course.
And because you have 1 point over, if you wanted to, and if there was a nearby opponent, you could immediately carry that over to that person. It's a good way of getting through mooks and stuff. In this case, it's only the narrator goblin.
No, I don't want to hit him. Okay. That seems. I mean, he could. He's probably right now narrating the heroic feats I'm performing. Right?
He is. I mean, he's paraphrasing it slightly by saying things like "ah," but you get the gist.
Yeah, I get the gist of it. Yeah. Cool.
All right. So Devon, you also wanted to take a fast turn now.
I had my gun ready to shoot at the thing, but noticing it explodes,
yes,
I point to the speaker and aim towards the conch shell.
Are you trying to blow the narrator's mic
Yeah.
out of his hands?
No, I knew that.
Rude.
I waited.
Okay. So Tina is just waiting for her turn. Are you coming back?
No, that's what Madame Magnolia is saying.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
she's coming back. Right.
We'll get to she'll arrive exactly when she wants
You'll
to.
arrive
Right.
exactly when you need to. That's fine.
Yeah.
I knew that Anvil and the son of Anvil and Manvil.
Oh, sorry. So she knew that the son of Anvil and Manful would deal with situations, so that's why she's taken a moment to herself
Of course. Yeah, of course.
to resort herself.
Okay, so if you want to hit the conch specifically, that sounds to me like you're doing a cold shot wondrous action, right?
Yes. Okay. Can
So
I shoot my gun?
Yeah, that costs you 2 points, and then
I just want to shoot something.
that doesn't seem that.
Don't shoot us.
I don't think you should be allowed to carry a gun if those are your reasons. But roll me an agility attack roll anyway. So
Okay.
a d20 plus your agility modifier,
Which is +2, isn't it? Agility. Yes. Oh, sorry, +1. Pollen. Da-da-da. So I got 18 plus 1, so 19.
yes, you absolutely shoot and destroy the narrator's mic. He goes like ah, and then he goes like, oh no, I'm repeating myself. Yes, and then I think we're gonna come out of tactical rounds because it feels like the situation is well and truly this. What's the word I'm looking for? Diffused. Yes, well and truly diffused. There are no threats other than you here. And there's this poor narrator who hasn't even got a conch anymore. Is sort of on because he's sitting down. He's fallen over at some point, and it's just sort of backing up against the wall of the glass sphere you're in. Sorry, son of Anvil and Manvil has something to say about this.
You there? I turned to the narrator.
What?
Where is our host? You are not im. No, you're not.
No. Oh, wise one. I would. No, of course you are correct, and I would, of course, also never presume to be our host. Far too afraid of all of it. You've broken the stage set. You're not really supposed to be out here. Also, I don't know. My script doesn't really account for this eventuality. I couldn't say line. You get me right?
Very dull party. Dull party indeed. I stomp off inside again. Just scattering
inside. By the way,
yeah.
this is great. So the whole floor is covered in oil.
Yeah.
And so much of this purple gas has been leaking out of the maid's head that it's kind of like almost like so affecting your vision. And I mean, this is again purely bureaucratic, but maybe give me a where is it? A brawn. Yeah, a little brawn check. Just to
I
see
rolled a 19, so 26.
Is this all of us?
No. This is just son of Anvil and Manvil who sort of stepped back inside.
Okay.
Instead of because I was going to sit down and wait for our host, but it's a little bit smoky in here, so
just a little bit, but it smells of orchids. The purple gas smells of orchids. Yeah.
Can I take one of the chairs with me outside?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do that then. And sit down to wait for the host.
Now,
feeling very good about myself for having done this marvelous thumping of the squeaky thingy. Whatever.
No. Also, he had great additional powers that she never got to use. Anyway, Devon and Madame Magnolia, actually thinking about it, did you ever leave the banquet room?
Yes, we were following the son of Enver and Manvel out. I mean, I was.
That sounds believable. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
But I can also have a look inside the room and try to dispense the purple gas with my spell. Spell to stir the air.
That sounds good.
Yes, creates a light breeze in a 2-meter radius sphere centered on the target, which moves with them. Okay.
You can
The
do it by
breeze.
yourself.
Yeah, I will do that. I will try to do that.
You have to roll something to do it, and can it go wrong? Because that'd be funny.
Oh no, I actually don't have to.
Fun.
I just take 1 mind damage, but I have an affinity, so
So
that's
you
not
can
gonna-
essentially do it at will. Yeah.
yeah.
No worries. Quickly, audience, if you got any ideas on how I can very believably start a fire in here, that would be really cool. Meanwhile,
Can I open the trapdoor that I've seen peeking round son of Manfield's ample shoulders? I saw there's a trapdoor at the top of the thing.
yes, you would have to either climb the rigging to get up there to open it, or open it by some other means.
Well, I was going to use the hand, shoot the rings at it to see if it reaches the top.
Ah, excellent. Yes. Fantastic. Let's do that. So first of all, give me like a ranged attack roll, so agility again. The target number is very low because it's stationary and it's reasonably big. So I'm looking at a 9.
Okay, so I've got a score +1. Oh, I got 17 +1.
Okay, you absolutely hit the trapdoor/valve at the top of your sphere. And now roll me a d4 to see what kind of effect this ring, the beam from Imhotep's left hand thrice removed has.
Oh,
Nice.
and this is a D4, isn't it? The triangle one.
Yes.
Right.
I did say this game didn't require any experience, include asking which one's the d4.
So yeah, I got a 1. It landed on its base.
Excellent. That is the best possible outcome of that, actually.
For us or for you?
Yes, because the trapdoor/valve is suddenly hit with an overinflated sense of importance.
Yeah, it is.
Son of Anvil and Manvil, you immediately notice this sort of competition in the room. It's like there's a disturbance in the force. Something else feels like it's important or something. And yes, you
And this
can notice
is not good.
it's this trapdoor/valve at the top. It's just
How
things
do I-
like it's the bee's knees as trapdoors go.
No, I need to deal with this situation, right?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
talk it
How
down.
far up is it?
I mean, it's fairly high up. Like I would say, even a long distance up. But there's rigging attached to the sides of this sphere that you could climb. I mean, the rest would be over. But
Climb? I don't know. Can I take the share and just crush the
just throw the share at it.
annoying trapdoor?
Yeah, I mean, anyone else, I would say, oh, that's tough. But if anyone can do it, the son of Anvil and Manvil can do it.
I'm pretty sure it can.
What do we think? Is that more of a brawn or more of an agility?
Probably agility, because you have to aim, don't you?
Yeah, it's about the aim. We have no doubts that you can crush it. It's just, are you going to hit? Yeah, so give us an agility roll. Yeah,
How about cold shot at this moment in time?
That wouldn't help you specifically. But what would is like a recall memory or a marvelous adaptation. So the recall memory wondrous action allows you to recall a moment when you did something similar or something that would really inform this, and it give you advantage on the roll. Whereas the marvelous adaptation, you could become an expert on topic of your choice for duration, which could be something as like.
The thing is, it doesn't feel very, very important. This role. So I don't know how fast could I climb the ledge, the climb up there, looking, not stupid, but Is it possible to climb heroically up there?
Probably. But
Probably. Okay.
before you dismiss the
Yep.
wondrous actions, do bear in mind that we're very much towards the end of our stream time, so
Yeah.
it's now or never if you wanna do the wheel.
Use it.
Okay. Let's do this.
Yeah.
I hurl the chair with all my might at the trapdoor.
So expert or recall memory?
You decide, because I don't know the rules. You
It's
do.
a narrative distance and it's different in this case. Do you recall
Manifest
a moment when you did
memory
something similar?
costs.
It's the same. It's 3 times each. So it's basically do you become an expert chair hurler or ballistics expert,
Yeah.
or do you recall a situation where you did a very similar thing?
Well, I go for the first one because I have
Expert
been known to
chair
hurl the odd chair once in a while, and I've become quite adept at it. So
chair, table, tantrum. Perfect. Yes, absolutely. So you spend the 3 points of wonder. You get advantage on your roll and any subsequent rolls in this scene involving throwing chairs.
Which
So-
might happen again. We still have some chairs left,
just
right?
happen again. So advantage in this case means roll twice.
Roll twice, take the
Yeah.
best.
Oh, I rolled 17 again, and a 1. So
Oh, 17.
Probably going to go for the 17 plus your
yeah,
agility.
okay, I do.
Well, the one would be fun as well, though. Probably.
The +2 modifier if it's agility.
Yeah.
So
19. Yeah.
90.
So square, you hit that trapdoor square in its self-important, self-righteous valve. I know that sounds rude, but it probably isn't. And you crush it. I mean, it just blows outwards. The valve is no more. Sense of self-importance dissipates, but also the smell, the awful smell of
Orchids.
No, that was inside. No, in here,
Oh, sorry.
it's an acrid smell, and suddenly also you're assaulted by the roaring and the hissing of the green waves against both your glass sphere and outside what's some sort of lining, perhaps some sort of giant sea mammal lining. Yeah, and for sure now there is an exit.
Out into the sludge. Or
Out into the green jelly sea,
Yeah,
or
okay.
acid
Oh.
sea. Yes. But-
okay.
Out into season 2 of this adventure.
But so, does anyone want to say a cool quip as this happens, or any other quick reactions to this?
I like to say that I've been making a rigging for the madam during this time so that she can join us through the whole.
That's very thoughtful of you. That's very thoughtful.
Because she is a sentient being.
I am. Yes, thank you. I am a sentient being, and I am alive.
Yes,
I will
I'm
print
gonna
that
have
out.
to- I am alive.
Never doubted it.
I am.
Never doubted it.
So
Just didn't notice you. So
I would totally pass the "Are you a robot?" test. Like I
Yeah,
find all
Turing
the
test,
puzzles.
you
I
aced that.
find all the puzzles. Yes.
Yeah, no problem. Now, so before any of you get a chance to climb the rigging, jump up, float up, whatever takes your fancy in this case, something appears. There's a place in somewhere near you where it feels like all of the dimensions coincide and it kind of implode on themselves a little bit, or someone took them, grabbed them, stretched them out in a really awkward way, like reality doesn't like that stuff at all, and then let go, so it comes back in a rubber boing, but not by itself. With it comes, right in front of you, your nemesis. It's
Oh.
all kept with desiccated bandages all around his face. There's even a little cloud of dust, of ancient dust. This fez at a jaunty angle, which is what all the kids do these days, but it was kind of weird when Imhotep does it. And this suit, which is a dull drab color, frankly. Nevertheless, he's coming in and clapping the hand, and with each clap, there's a little cloud of dust sort of And then he tries to speak, and it doesn't really work. A little bit of dust comes out first. Then he tries again after like, well, well done, everybody. Well done. You not only made it out of my little banquet room, you've practically made it into the stomach of my lair. Well, I never doubted you. I never doubted you. You are in good company. You are all clearly basking in the brilliance and radiance. And then he turns to one of you. I'm going to say, you're 1, 2, you're 3, 4, you're 5, 6.
Oh.
He turns towards the Von Deering
Oh.
and pulls out of his he reaches into his coat and says, "Don't worry, it's not a gun."
Because I'm before he's like, nope.
You pointed at him just as he brings it out, and it falls open, and it shows a ring with the actual jewel of the Nile on it. You know, we're talking the actress from the movie, yes, made into a jewel. As he's dropping onto one knee in front of Devon Deering, and she's pointing her ray emitter at him, and then we do a freeze frame finish. How that plays out will have to be a story for another time. So I thank you all so very much for putting up with not only some of the technical difficulties and the absence of podcaster Matt Kay, who's no doubt going to tell you all about how he would have done it exactly the same anyway as Tina, who played his backup character perfectly.
No, Tina, it's all right. He got some things in.
Yeah. But also thank you all for putting up with my crazy adventure here. And I thought
Putting
you
up
all
with
did.
it was perfectly enjoyable.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you very
Perfectly.
much. I thought you all did a
I mean,
fantastic job.
it wasn't like inspired by the gods, like if the son of Anvil Manville would have written the adventure. It was good. It was good.
Us mortals can only reach for the stars, never actually grab them. Unlike Anvil and Manville, who totally can, yeah, and do regularly. So
Too
yes,
often, maybe.
too often.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, you would know.
I don't like it when you talk about them. I mean, we can keep this discussion amongst ourselves, right? Don't have to bring them up.
Indeed. So thank you very much, everyone. Whether you watch this live or whether you're watching the recording later, if you are vaguely intrigued by this game, and yes, I can tell you that all the published adventures surrounding this are quite similar in that way. Certainly the pre-generated characters and everything. So go and check it out at mottokrosh.com or hypertellurians.com, or just Google that stuff. The names are weird enough; you can find it everywhere. It's a great bonus. But also, no one ever finds it by accident. So, hit and miss. Thank you very much to all my guests, Mattias, Tina, and Karen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
Thank you.
switch this onto the ended tile, at which point our audio will disappear, and